What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another video. I live in a state where phones are banned in schools, and it's already showing how stupid people are. So I'm gonna play Fallout Frost as my average classmate. Also, if you don't know what Frost is, it's what several US states will look like in the winter if they don't lift the phone ban. Notice how nobody here has phones or personal devices. Legit, nobody cares about looks in this game. You're wearing a gas mask for about 104% of this game, plus most of my classmates aren't even looks maxing, so why should I care? Now for my stats: name, intellectual. It's spelt wrong. First thing we need is enough endurance for lead belly, because everyone swears on their future children that school food tastes like sawdust, and you see those fuckers getting seconds. I'm fuckers, so we need lead belly. Of course, I'm keeping intelligence at 1. The only way I'm gonna get anywhere is with luck of 5 for idiot savant. Also, my classmates are kind of lucky because they were born into a state where a D is passing, but they're also unlucky because they're born to a state where a D is passing. Strength is above average. I live in the South where sports are more important than education, especially football, so that needs to be decently high. Charisma of 6, it's one of those stats where it either needs to be 1, 6, or 11. No in between, but 6 gives you intimidation. Most of the people at my school are very violent, mostly all bark, no bite, and I can't aim a gun, so I need to be very verbally aggressive to get anywhere. Finally, perception of 0, because they are not aware of their surroundings enough to realize the teacher knows they're doing no work. And agility of 0 because I ran out of special points. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. These are the worst stats I have ever seen. I'm gonna have to rely on idiot savant to level up, intimidation to fight people, and lead belly for clean drinking water. There is no hope I'm gonna live. Starting location. Wait, no, I don't want to do the sewer. That's gay. I have to restart the whole special process. What the fuck? I spelled intellectual even wronger and chose the highway start. Why? Never done it before. Blah, blah, blah. I know 3 men. That's it. Bro, who really cares? Wait, I can't see. I can't see. Wait, I found something. Picked up some notes. I'd love to read them, but because I'm playing as a student in the bottom 10 states, I can't read, and I'm gonna do this for everything. If there's a magazine that increases my stats, I'm not reading it. If there's any other book that can give me lore, I'm not reading it. The intelligence bobblehead, perception bobblehead, I'm not picking those up. Every other bobblehead I can't pick up because they're like Funko Pops. The watchtower nearby gave me some useful loot, like 1 water and a flare gun that does more damage than a gun. Why are they so OP in this game? They're meant to tell people where you're at, not blow off whole limbs. Because I'm not that smart, I'm gonna start attacking people. Okay, that didn't work. Flare gun, save me, save me! Okay, we're both dead, but it's not just about the kill, you know. It's about sending a message. I'm not that smart and incredibly aggressive. I don't know what to look for. I might check ArcJet to see if they have any good loot. Actually, wait, there was literally nothing. All I found was a military-grade circuit board. It's just a shiny piece of metal to me. I can't do anything with it. 1 intelligence, 0 gun nut, 0 science, 0 chemist. At least now I don't have to worry about picking up trash to craft stuff, because I can't do anything. This fuck-ass house had better loot than the smart tech place. Alcohol and TV dinners. You know, because I'm not going to be using guns that often, I finally can become a drug addict. I can take meth now. But I don't think they have marijuana, and that would be more accurate because every time I go to the bathroom during passing period, it just smells like weed juice, sometimes blueberry. People would rather take narcotics in school than do their work. I have nothing to live for. I'm level 1, I'm thinking about heading to the Corvega area. Apparently it's a lore location, but I don't really care. There's a factory there, and there must be stuff I can steal and people I can kill. First, I have to kill rats. Here you can see that my average classmate does not possess basic hand-eye coordination skills, except when it comes to playing the sport that they keep losing in. At level 2, I invested my perk point into intimidation, because I'm not skilled in anything besides being extremely aggressive and rude towards people. I have to go all in on the one thing that makes me good, and I'm not even that good at it. Only 6 charisma, so if somebody calls me out on my bluff, knows how to fire a gun, or has a backbone, I'm kinda dead. This guy is trying to open a fridge, and while I would kill him, I have respect for him because I too do not know how to do this, and I'm interested to see what will happen. In the base game, there's a secret underground base in this area owned by the CIA, so we already know there's hella drugs and hella guns. The issue is I don't know the exact location, but I do know where you can see it, so I'm going to triangulate the position from this bridge. Yes, I can't do math, but I will use all of my brain to get my hands on some crack and bolt action rifles that I don't even know how to use. Okay, so it might be that way, but there are ghouls. Think of them as my other classmates. I may believe that I'm the only sane one and everyone else is an idiot. They also believe this as well. If I can't go over there, well then I'll just look over here. Bro, see, I told you I'd find it. 7.0 GPA activities. The door is locked, and I'm not smart enough to open it. Now, if this was real life, I'd blow open the door with my IED of a Chromebook, or use a flash drive to upload a zip bomb to the terminal and then blow it up. I still have nothing to live for. I got no crack, no guns, no phone, no pussy, but maybe other students have these possessions. I'm gonna rob a metro station. The Lexington Slayers are a group of students who force other students to do their work. I don't know where I fit into this metaphor because I don't know why I would be interfering with these guys. I'm just gonna kill them for some reason. This requires you to be extremely stealthy. I did not invest enough special points into agility to actually get a good sneaking level. So that's a problem. See, the strat is we're going to use this pistol to scare people. Fun fact, I don't know how to fire it and I have no ammo. So if they call me out on my bluff, I'm kind of fucked. But that shouldn't happen. So scaring these students is easy because their parents did not teach them to be aggressive towards everyone they meet. Downstairs, though, violent criminals. Wait.
Don't move. Stop right there. Don't move.
What the fuck? What a terrible game. I scared 4 fully grown men with a flare gun. Now I'm bored. So I'm gonna go rob a factory. It's a somewhat dangerous area and nothing really happens here except I fight a bunch of people, I die a little bit, and I remember I can use Idiot Savant to get more XP. So I'm just gonna talk about some school stories I have. I'm a senior in high school, so my goal for this year was to do as little work as possible while still passing. So I signed up for 3 AP classes. One of them was AP Chemistry, which is fucking easy when your school makes it a 2-year course and your teacher has a functioning brain. The other 2 I knew I couldn't take because I was at a trade school while they were being offered. They were pre-calculus and physics, by the way. So my counselor, who hates me, gave me 3. I still got chemistry, but I also got AP psychology and AP statistics. I did not even ask for those classes. Nowhere on my schedule sheet did I ask for AP psych and stats. On my future children, I did not ask for those classes. I mean, AP Psych is fine. The teacher's good. I got some friends in that class. Oh, we got one girl, though, who I will talk about later. But my real problem with the class is the field of psychology. I hate psychology. Nothing makes sense. Why do people get aggressive? What leads people to conform? What leads people to fall in love? Most of these can be answered by the sentences, I was kind of bored and for the love of the game. When Philip Zimbardo began the Stanford prison experiment, do you think anybody he chose for the experiment got bored and just decided to fight people? Because I would. Even though I hate psychology, I'm too lazy to change the class. Same with statistics, because I know damn well my council will give me the most worthless electives, like geography or pottery. I don't know how many electives are taught at my school by people who don't really care and just give you 100s for being alive. I actually have a friend. He's in like 5 AP classes this year, and his 3rd period is art history. He said they don't even have a curriculum yet. He's only in that class because he needs an art credit to graduate. It's not that bad though. I am doing as little work as possible. I'm not taking notes. I'm mainly pissing around in class. I sometimes do my homework. I'm doing pretty poorly on the exams and quizzes. I think my biggest example of my laziness was this project we were given where we had to observe somebody we didn't know, preferably in our class, take notes about their behaviors, habits, stuff like that, and then write 2 pages about it. Now, we had 3 weeks to do this, and I started like the week before it was due, but the person I picked was so boring. He did nothing but come to class, sit down, and sometimes sleep. Maybe he had his foot like at a funny angle, and that's it. So the due date came, and I had no one to write about. So when I got home, I had the ingenious idea of writing about myself. Now, I could do this because she said to not write the stranger's name, but if she did find out it was me, I could just say I was observing some guy in my English class. I was actually using all my brain for that. You know that, right? I did actually write about myself, but try not to make it too obvious to where she would actually know it was me. You know, this was actually peak brain power. New topic. My main enemy this year is going to be this one girl in my psychology and stats class. I'm not going to say her name. I think I should though. Nobody likes her because all she does is ask questions in class, and they're not even good questions. Nobody's asking these questions, and when they're answered, we don't gain any insight to the material. The only question I can remember her asking was about standard deviation and the bell curve. I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was something along the lines of she couldn't do 13 plus 14 plus 2. It was very dumb, and I try not to remember what she says because it's a waste of memory. Our questions in psychology often try to bring bring in politics or social issues. Like, shut up. It's 7 a.m. I don't care that you'd pick the bear. It's not letting you hit. One time I was explaining to my friends how I was walking home and saw a homeless lady yelling at a bunch of people eating outside, and how I'm afraid of homeless crackheads because they're a different breed in my town. And she just said, well, maybe you're not afraid of homeless people, just crackheads. Wow, look how smart you are. You get the point. Middle of the bell curve activities right here. I'm gonna explain that so people can actually use that saying more often. So the IQ bell curve looks like this. Most people fall within this area. Now, the IQ bell curve meme depicts the upper and lower 2% to have very similar opinions, while the middle has some overcomplicated opinions. Basically, I depicted you as the soy jack and me as the Chad. It fits this lady so much because she's trying to prove that she's smart, but in reality, she's in the middle, while I am better because I'm in the bottom 2% and I've accepted it. I also have this girl in stats, and one time we had an assignment where the teacher took an AP question from the actual exam and gave it to us to do. And like, I don't think it was a test, but she was trying to ask for help on it and the teacher didn't help her. Then we graded our paper. I think she did so bad that she started crying and left the class. You know, I wouldn't be making fun of her if she wasn't the pinnacle of the middle of the bell curve activities. I'm sorry, is that guy carrying a rocket launcher? Anyways, we're out of Corvega. We got many resources, like 4 grease guns, a couple grenades. I'm gonna head up north to Sanctuary and Concord. Now, the only reason somebody would go up there is to pick up the special book, which increases one special attribute by 1. But I can't fucking read. It's literally a book meant for toddlers, and I won't read it for the love of the game. I was gonna head through this cabin area, but the geekers were occupying the area, asking for the Fent cart. They could smell it off me and would know if I was lying, so I had to make a break for it. I found this building with alcohol, that's all I really remember, and also a small IED went off. If somebody were to turn a Chromebook into an explosive device, I think that's how strong it would be. So I think I'll just learn how to make an actual bomb. These students here are just as aggressive as me and just as unintelligent, because why would you run towards the man with the small firearm? This was meant for you to run towards me. I wish I could read this book. It would make me less wasteful when it comes to hunting. But like, no reading. Another perk I'm getting is the Wanderer perk, because most of my classmates will wander the halls and do anything but go to class on time. It has gone slightly better because kids don't have their phones anymore and can't go hide in the bathroom and watch reels all day. But I have like this one guy in my English class who comes in 30 minutes late every day. At that point, I'm just wondering, what's the point of even coming to class? I found a nice shack. I'm gonna kill everyone here, and now's a good time to hop on some narcotics. I'm gonna take a little Psycho, which is like a meth steroid cocktail, and a little morphine. Now these beasts will know they are fighting a real What an awful game! How did a parasite get from the bat to my body? Worthless game. Bro, these guys were doing surgery on their kid. This is the average occurrence you would find in the upstairs math bathroom. How to deal with large crowds of students. Step 1, explosive. Step 2, baseball bat. This is how I get through the hallways in the morning. In this cave is a bunch of fungus and rats. This is our auditorium. It actually is falling apart as we speak. Like, they had to shut down a whole hallway because bricks were falling from the roof and hitting kids in the head. Okay, maybe not that last part, but yes, bricks were falling. You see this kids book meant for little children? I won't read it. Just for the love of the game. Welcome to Concord, where people have less of an understanding of scarcity than I do. I'm about to prove that 4 hours of football practice every day does benefit me by jumping across a building. It all comes down to this, the final test of skill. We then proceed to lose by 57 points. Oh, no, fuck this kid, bro. The Jews paid him to fight me. Actual survival instincts of a koala. 27 sanity. Wait, 41? 76, which is reversed of 6, 7. I just want you to know that half of my classes are just giant 6, 7 jokes. In psychology, my teacher said I'm the reason she cannot say 6, 7 in class. Stats, our teacher literally has to go out of her way to not say 6, 7. On one occasion, the number in the notes was 0.267. She went over these notes and had to read it, but she said this number. How sad. My AP chemistry class class, all me and my friends do is just say 6, 7, act really stupid for the whole class. This is my hardest class, and I don't know how I'm gonna pass it. And also, whenever I see that number on any paper, I always circle it and write 6, 7 in a very sloppy manner, almost in a schizophrenic way. I don't think she's mentioned it, but she has seen it on all of my homework. And in my electrical class, we said 6, 7 so many times in the span of 20 minutes that he threatened the whole class with a 60 to 70 question code quiz for 1 hour. Those questions take a good 2 to 3 minutes to find in our code book, so I think we would have all failed. I think I'm so brain rotted, I actually find 6, 7 in anything that's not 6, 7. Like, oh my, what the? School is actually the largest 6, 7 joke out there because school has 6 letters and stands for 7 crappy hours of our lives. 6, 7. 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's 3 numbers. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 plus 3 is 7. 6, 7. I even find it in words. One time someone said this school is an asylum, and I said, wait, asylum has 7 letters. 6, 7. Turns out asylum actually has 6 letters or 7 letters. No one really knew because they didn't know if it was 2 S's or 1. It's actually 1 S, but still 6, 6, 7. I actually just assume most words are 6 to 7 letters long, even when they're not. One time I said psychology has 7 letters. I genuinely believe if my senior year was in 2018, I would 100% be going to college and be getting good grades, but my life would not be as funny. I feel like the class of 2019 was a last helicopter of Saigon situation. Everything after that didn't feel right. I remember in 6th grade, 2019, having fun running a worthless 4 laps on lap day. Then all of a sudden, global lockdown. I was actually supposed to fail 6th grade, but nobody did because everybody did. 7th grade happened, but like, not really. 8th grade, we did have in-person schooling again. My school did have everyone wear a mask, and every Monday, everybody had to take a COVID test in their PE class. If you tested positive, you couldn't come to school because the electronic pass system you had to have to get into the school wouldn't let you. Also, yes, there was a pass system to get into the school during that time. You had to have a negative COVID test to get in, and I remember I didn't have one by the time school started because some clinic we went to said they were $200. The school said they would do them for free. So I'm at the front gate of the gym with my mom waiting for the test, and we've been waiting for almost an hour, still nothing. Then I finally get the COVID test. Class started like 20 minutes ago. I thought I was gonna be the last person in my homeroom class. Turns out the servers for the past were so bad they instantly combusted when more than 20 people signed on and nobody was able to get in. So I wasn't even that late compared to my classmates. I think my 8th grade experience in Los Angeles is still quite positive. I got to see most of my friends from 6th grade. Of course, we all changed, not so much that we didn't really know each other, but enough to still be noticed. And man, that first month I had so much fun. Not being able to eat lunch with my friends for our year really does make that time even better, or just going to class and seeing people. It was amazing. I remember building a marshmallow toothpick tower in my science class with friends. It was so much fun. And speaking of my old classes, I had a teacher whose grading system was an A was a 100 to 80, a B is a 79 to 60, and so on until the F grade, which was a 19 to a 0%. I felt insulted knowing I was in this class. Are we too stupid that we need this fuck-ass grading system? The kids in California, maybe not, but when you're ranked 50th in education, some of those kids may need a little extra credit to squeeze out a C-. Now, tragedy came on September 11th because I had to move to a bum-ass city in the most worthless state. I wasn't even informed that we were moving. I mean, I kind of knew, but I didn't know it would be that soon. And then like in 2 days, we were already leaving. 2 days later, we arrived. Then a few weeks later, I started going to school. Man, I was so depressed at that time. I'm quite sure that was the most depressed I've ever been in my whole life. It wasn't like so terrible, like being a refugee or something, but it was terrible relative to what I've already experienced. I was away from all my friends. I had to live in a shithole, and the school was legitimately so terrible. This happened during the Devious Lick era, and I thought it was in an insane asylum. Also just spelled insane asylum with 7 letters. 6, 7. The kids were fighting each other, stealing shit. I think someone stole a whole ass door in the bathroom. At that point, don't get the kid in trouble. Send his ass to Romania. Going to this school was awful. Then I started making friends and slowly delved into the insanity. Now all I do is make 6-7 mango mustard jokes and sneeze all over the place. While I was storytelling, I almost died, realized I needed to get addicted to soda because I see people drinking Dr. Pepper at 8 in the morning, and started my journey towards College Square Station. The only reason I'm approaching a college campus is to troll and kill people. The same reason anyone in this godforsaken state goes to college. Gonna be completely honest with you, I got lost halfway there, and I knew this because this church is in this area. College Square is in this area. This is exactly why my classmates take 30 minutes to use the bathroom. They swear they were going to the bathroom down the hall, but got lost and managed to get to the exit of the building and walk to the nearest gas station to buy a bag of Funyuns. I swear I was gonna head back, but then I heard gunshots as I was not heading back, and I knew it was the military, so I had to fight them. Usually when I come here, the army remnants sweep the floor with the Metro Alliance, but this time the Metro people did well, so I'm gonna kill them. Wow, I failed with a 67% chance. Okay, now I'm dead. I mean, I can't really aim this gun, so I'll just not care about the ammo and just spray and pray with a semi-auto rifle. It works, but I have to do it again, this time with a full auto Thompson. Unrelated fact, I think I have a mod installed that adds a good Thompson, but I actually have not seen it in any of my playthroughs. Same with, I think, a Winchester lever action rifle. The Bozar, I thought it was even in my game until I actually found it. I've played Company of Heroes too. I main Lend-Lease. I know how these things work. Apparently not. You want to get behind green cover, or at least yellow cover. Okay, it didn't matter, he gave up. Again, Lend-Lease tactics made me a better Fallout player, except instead of shooting Germans to gain veterancy, I'm fighting former office workers because I walked too close to their crack den. Forget College Square, Valenti Station is home of downtown, the only safe settlement in the game, where you can go to trade with others, receive medical attention, and overall probably enjoy life slightly more if this was real. Now, people at my school are the reason we cannot have nice things, so I'm gonna wipe them out so no one can have nice things. Plan failed, there's a locked door, and these evil ass people won't let me in. We're going through College Square.
First time, just try to keep it down.
Welcome to the Fiend House. Inside are a bunch of geekers and a mega geeker. All I'm saying, he's very muscular, has very poor vocabulary, and is extremely aggressive. Take what you want from that. I became a cannibal because I have a feeling that eating butt is a common habit among my classmates. So why not eat vital organs? I went to a boxing gym in the hopes that I could finally use my anger and rage for something that can bring me glory. Nah, I just shot the code. The Battlefield is the Bureau of Alcohol, Drugs, Tobacco, Firearms, and Lasers. This is literally my dream, and other students know this too, so I gotta fight my way through them, and this will be so much easier if I didn't go insane, because now intimidation no longer works, and I can't aim for shit. Like, I can't aim normally, but just look at this. I am aiming the gun in this direction. The target is only a few feet in front, so you would assume most of my shots will be in this area. Well, guess again, what is this shot? Subject 2, I am turning a corner and find an enemy. Again, almost point blank, and yet again, anywhere but the target. Very easy stuff though, just cheat your way into winning. It's how most of my classmates passed and why they're failing this year without their phones. Yeah, that's nice. After about 40 kilometers, we broke into the safe and all I found was one bottle of alcohol, a fat man, and a ton of Newports. 100% worth it. I also invested in Looney Wander because while insane, you run 50% faster at the cost of more limb damage. My legs break when I touch another human. I don't think it will matter. I have an infection, so to fend it off, I'll just eat people. The body's only been marinating in the air for about 8 hours, so it should kill the infection with an even stronger infection. We're here at one of the most prestigious universities in the country. However, my feeble country brain is not able to understand students. So when I see them, I just think of them as mindless zombies who fell for the college scam and tried to become educated and get a better future. What a bunch of jerks. What the fuck? I can't die to hallucinations because they're not real. If I die to a ghost, then I'm gay. In a random building, I just wiped out everyone here. And I can't craft. Someone is still alive. Why is he here again? I gave it and went to College Square because that's the only way I'll be able to enter downtown. I'm gonna go down College Square, go down some tunnels, find the Metro Federation officer, kill him, take the upper blue line key, then slime everyone out. What the hell? What the hell? Why can they double tap? Worthless game. Bro, get out of my game. Nose. This part was somewhat difficult because they have like real weapons and can aim. So I had to use grenades and landmines to deal with the issue, and then I stole their weapons and used landmines from the giant minefield just in case. Now I'm going to prove that we cannot have nice things in this world with very uneducated people. Simply use one gas canister mine and a flamethrower to... And just like that, intellectual has proven why every school in this shithole has metal detectors, and the Metro Federation School District will consider spending all their money on this instead of textbooks. Thank you for watching.